What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the new buffs and nerfs, early access hotfix number 20. I believe this is the last one before patch 2, which is probably when Druid comes out. Who knows? I heard there's some spicy stuff here. It's a pretty big hotfix. So, first patch note, they fixed an issue where the vendors were selling bolts in packs of 15 for 20 gold. Okay, this is something that I've been talking about every single time I go to buy bolts on stream. It's so annoying, dude. Having to buy like packs of 5 individually for every single bolt that you're gonna buy is so annoying compared to just buying a whole pack. But it used to be 20 gold. Now hopefully it's fixed to 15. Before you couldn't even buy the packs of 15. Like literally it was bugged. They didn't let you buy it. So at least they finally fixed that. Fixed several cases where items could disappear from the inventory when network's conditions are poor. Hopefully this means that they fix the items disappearing and then you can't like put them in your inventory, and then it also affects the items in the chests that look like different items. It's really weird because I would like get a blue pot and try to put it in my inventory and then it would become a sword or something like that. It was ridiculous. So hopefully they fix that. It was kind of annoying. I don't have many network issues, so I don't even know how it worked, but I guess it was because of network conditions. Fix an issue where utility items would arbitrarily appear in the hand when equipped. Not sure how that works. So sometimes they appear, sometimes they don't. Not sure. I mean, good fix, I guess. Fix an issue where adrenaline spike would not activate properly. I heard about this one because they fixed it, or they changed the values from 15% activating adrenaline spike, 15% of your HP to gain action speed. They changed it last patch, or last hotfix, to 40%. And a lot of people were talking about the hotfix not actually working and it actually only activating at 15% still anyway. So that's good. They fixed it. Hopefully it's not busted. Fix an issue where handbow cross mastery sorry. Fix an issue where crossbow mastery did not apply the additional damage properly. That's good. That's good to fix because rogues. They already have it rough with the hand crossbow mastery, so at least they're not going to have it as rough anymore. Barbarian's blood exchange recovery rate per hit was reduced from 15 to 10%. The maximum health reduction rate for 8 seconds has been changed from minus 25 to minus 30. And the skill tier has been changed from 1 to 5. So now it's going to take longer to recover the skill at a campfire. These are huge nerfs to blood exchange from the Barbarian. I'm assuming they realized it was broken. I personally don't play Barbarian and I didn't play too much against blood exchange, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm glad they fixed something that was broken. It's basically like an Echo of Screams, right? Or something like that. No, not Echo of Screams, the Soul Scraper. So they basically made it so your max HP gets reduced even further lower with blood exchange and you get less recovery rate per hit. And also, it's pretty much like a second wind to recover it now, which is good. It's good. For a really busted ability like second wind or blood exchange, I guess, it's good to have a big recovery rate to be able to use it again. Barbarian's Achilles Strike duration changed from 4 to 2.5 seconds. Bro, why does Achilles Strike exist in the first place? As a person who has fallen victim to this ability so many times, I speak for many of you there. Thank God they nerfed this. I don't know. They're just going to keep nerfing and buffing it until they find a sweet spot. I don't think there's ever going to be a sweet spot for Achilles Strike, but every class should have an ability that makes them feel strong, and Achilles Strike is definitely one of them. Fighter's Adrenaline Rush. There's a lot of fighter changes. Wow. Okay, first one. Fighter's Adrenaline Rush action speed increase changed from 25 to 15%. That's a nerf. Dual wield action speed increase changed from 15 to 10%. That's a 5% nerf. Second wind health recovery amount has changed from 50 to 40%. Second wind skill tier has changed from 6 to 5. Oh, okay. The perfect block seems like it's a buff. But Slayer fighter just gets completely destroyed here. Even the armor fighter with second wind nerf gets a pretty big nerf here. Although the second wind skill tier being changed from 6 to 5 means that the armor fighter has actually been buffed for solo. Okay, so the way that second wind would work was that you could buy a gray campfire from your vendor and then have one of your teammates play it for you, put down the campfire as you're already sitting, and then you get your second wind back for free because the skill tier was 6. Now, since it's 5, I believe that you can put down your own gray campfire and get your second wind back, which is insane. So that seems like it might be a little bit broken for solo budget, like armor fighter. But anyway, it's only 40% of their max HP now being recovered. So hopefully that's not too much of an issue. This is a pretty substantial nerf. It's 10% HP less. And then let's see the perfect block buff has been changed to greatly improve the impact power of a block parry for 6 seconds after activation instead of just for 1 block. And the cooldown changed from 12 to 24, so it doubled. Perfect block used to be really good for only 1 block. It was a perfect block for 1. So now it's a perfect block for 6 seconds, huh? This seems good. I mean, it's not like anyone's gonna use perfect block unless like War Maul gets back in the meta. This is pretty good against like barbarians, I think, like War Maul and something like that. I don't know how it would work against rogues. I think you just die if you have perfect block instead of second wind. But that means you wouldn't have sprint if you're running second wind with perfect block. So I don't know. I don't know how to fix fighter not having sprint second wind now that Slayer fighter is broken. Wizard's fiery. Sorry, I almost skipped the ranger buff. Can't forget about the ranger buff. Ranger's crippling shot movement speed reduction has been changed from -25 to 35%. Please buff rangers. Please keep buffing rangers. Why do rangers keep getting buffed, bro? I mean, I guess they deserve it. I don't know. I'm not a ranger main. Tell me if you needed this change. Crippling shot. Oh well. Whatever. Wizard's Fire Mastery now works properly with Zap and Ignite. Now reduces the amount of healing received by burned enemies by 50%. It's another healing cut in the game from Wizard? Okay, so now we have the Warlock healing cut and the Wizard healing cut. That's wait, it's on Zap and Ignite. That's stupid. Wait, so Zap is even more broken now. Wizard's Haste now grants 5% move speed bonus, 10% action speed bonus, and 10% casting speed bonus. I mean, me personally, I thought Wizard was already strong enough. I don't know what people are talking about nowadays, if Wizard is bad. But I thought Wizard was really strong standalone, and it shouldn't be just a conduit for buff ball in the first place. And now seems like it is even stronger standalone with Zap and Ignite being buffed. And also, it's still a conduit for buff ball, maybe. I don't know if 5% movement speed bonus is still usable for the buff ball, but let's see. I don't know. I think Wizard is in a very solid spot, even before this hotfix. It just wasn't good for buff ball. It was good for, you know, the really good Wizard players that know how to play Wizard and can make the max out of its kit without depending on its team as much. Cleric's Locust Swarm channeling time changed from 8 to 6 seconds. The attribute bonus ratio changed from 0.5 to 1 on Locust Swarm. Cleric's Earthquake channeling time changed from 8 to 6 seconds, and the damage per step was nerfed, so 10 to 7. Earthquake's been getting some really big nerfs, and Locust Swarm just got buffed with the time change and with the attribute bonus. Who knows, maybe now you'll see a lot more clerics trying to like see if this is busted. Locust Swarm. I think honestly Locust Swarm might be usable. Yeah, it's probably not going to have as much value as the Earthquake still. The damage is definitely a possibility now. I don't know. Now the bard changes. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing like 10 different bard changes. Hey, it's not a dad hotfix without seeing a bunch of bard changes, right? Bard's Song of Silence range increased from 300 to 450. Duration changed from 6 seconds to 2 seconds. Are you kidding me? How much time does it take to cast Song of Silence? Dun, 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 dun. Is it 3 seconds? Well, probably 2 if you have enough agility. I don't know. So if you literally only play Song of Silence over and over, you might be able to silence someone still. But it's 450. It's not 600 as it used to be. I think Song of Silence might be usable again. 2 seconds is very little. This is interesting. Okay, so before Song of Silence used to be a anti-wizard tool or an anti-cleric tool where you would play it and then you would rush in and just absolutely try to beat them up with a stick for the next 6 seconds or 8. Now, I feel like you can't do that anymore. It's not what it used to be anymore. That's probably a good change too, because Bard can't really run in anymore without the PDR and without the damage that it used to have. But they're reverting it to the toxic form where it doesn't silence your allies, but you can silence your enemies over and over, which a lot of people used to complain about. So I don't know if the people are going to like this change. I think this makes Song of Silence finally playable again, but I don't know if it's a good change. I mean, it finally makes it playable, so it's probably a good change for bards. Let's see how it plays out. I don't know. I think it'll be playable again. Shriek of Weakness range increased from 300 to 450. Thank God, bro. Shriek of Weakness was not worth taking anymore because you could not play it on anything. Nada. It was not worth it. Now it's halfway between what it used to be and what it is now. So maybe it's playable. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Why I'm saying maybe, because we've never had a value of 450 before, I believe, for the AoE. So I'm not even sure what it is. It was always like a middle value or something. So I know how much 300 is. I know how much like 600 is. I like 600, but 450 is probably a good middle value. Probably. Piercing Shrill range changed from 600 to 450. Makes sense. The damage was nerfed, so 25 to 20. The attribute ratio bonus changed from 0.5 to 1. Physical damage upgrades give significantly more damage than before. That's already 5 less. Okay, so you need at least plus 5 additional physical damage to make it what it was before, but it will scale better. But also before it was 0.5 scaling in the first place. So if you have plus 5, it would be plus 2.5 in the first place. So it would need at least like plus 8 to be as much as it was before. So this is a overall nerf. That sucks. Piercing Shrill is just straight up nerf. Den of Darkness now also displays an area when the effect occurs. Thank you. This is a good change, because I think the biggest problem about Den of Darkness that it used to be was that it barely even... People would walk into the AoE and not even know that they were taking damage until they looked at their health bar at like 20% of HP. It was ridiculous, because the sound isn't as noticeable as like Piercing Shrill or something. So Den of Darkness being changed is a good change. The range has been lowered, but the damage is higher in the low forms, and the attribute bonus ratio is increased. What? Wait. It's increased even on the first, like in a bad play. So it's static 0.3, the attribute bonus ratio. So that means that you can literally just play Den of Darkness badly and have as much damage as you would be playing perfectly. So you can play this on panic. That is a crazy change I didn't think they would ever do. So they over doubled the amount of damage that it would get from the attribute bonus. It tripled the amount of damage on base. It increased the range on base. Okay, so now maybe the new meta is to play Den of Darkness without even playing it perfectly, because you play it pretty much instantly, right? You just hit like what, 1 note or 2? Like maybe 2 notes or something out of 7. And you'll get the 0.3 increased range and 3. That might be really, really good. Let's go to Warlock changes. The Warlock's Evil Eye cost has changed from 3 to 1. Let's go! We needed this. We needed Evil Eye to be buffed. Yes, now I'm gonna play Evil Eye in all of my Warlock builds. Hellfire cost change from 10 to 4. That's an interesting change. People might abuse Hellfire a lot more now, though. I don't know if this is a healthy change. I do think Hellfire costed way too much, but 4 is very little. It's as much as Life Drain. I think like maybe 5 or 6 is like fair. 4 is very little though for a spell that deals that much damage. I guess it takes a very long time though. So maybe it's worth. We got Life Drain getting lowered. Curse of Pain getting lowered by 2. That's huge. Ray of Darkness 5 to 4. Damage per second 7 to 6 because it was busted. Damage tick cycle changed from 0.2 to 0.1. Attribute ratio bonus changed from 0.5 to 0.1. Oh my gosh. I think it's Ray of Darkness meta. We've seen this before too many times. This is Din of Darkness. Din of Darkness had an attribute ratio of 0.1, and you remember how toxic that was? The damage tick cycle, it wasn't even 0.1 seconds. It was probably like 0.2. Okay, I'm ready to see what the Warlock nerfs are going to happen. Hotfix 20 is a continuation of our goal to rebuild the diversity of playstyle one by one. Now that we are more comfortable with the baseline balance, we are looking to slowly build up previously weakened skills and spells to give players more viable builds. This time we have also focused on the caster-heavy classes with improvements to many of the lesser used spells and songs, so Din of Darkness. We are still plugging away. They nerfed Piercing Troll though. That's interesting. We are still plugging away on our major content update scheduled in a couple weeks. We plan to improve the out of dungeon progression and implement a improved matchmaking system for that major patch. We hope to announce more concrete features very soon. We thank you for your patience and support. Did they prolong the new update again? Hopefully patch 2 is going to be amazing. Looking forward to a couple of these changes. Din of Darkness, definitely going to be trying that out. Ray of Darkness, I think I'm going to be definitely abusing that because this does not seem balanced. So yeah, let's just see how this plays out. Have fun in the dungeon, boys. Check out my streams. I will be streaming again on the 12th of November. And I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.